What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Things Nice channel. It is your girl Sha here, and I am currently in Antigua. This is my last full day here. I will be heading home tomorrow, but I am just here because I was recently scrolling on Instagram, recently, like 20 minutes ago, scrolling on Instagram, and I saw a couple posts from follow Silka about people who are complaining about things that kind of dealing with safety. And my mind was just blown because I'm just like, why is this a thing? Right? Why are you posting about this thing? And it just made me think about doing a YouTube video about safety tips for traveling. It doesn't matter if you're traveling for Carnival or whatever, but just safety tips in general. So I'm just going to share some things that came to my mind as I'm watching all of this foolishness. So, and also, like, I literally just finished a Carnival, so it's fresh in my brain about the things that I was doing to make sure that I and the people that I was with were safe, right? So, number one, I know everyone is kind of quick, especially in these days of social media. Like, you want to say where you are exactly and all those things, but don't do that. Like, if you want to share your location, share it after you have already left the space, right? And definitely do not share where you will be staying for an extended period of time, right? Like, you can share the general vicinity or something like that, but people do not need to know exactly where your Airbnb is. If you're doing like a hotel that has a bunch of rooms, okay, maybe. But even then, I'm just like, people don't have to know, right? Um, when you are going outside with people, especially if you are going on the road, if it's Juve, if it's Carnival Monday or Carnival Tuesday, and you get separated from your crew before you even start the night, like, or once the trucks start to pull off, it's like, okay, you know what? This is going to be our spot. So, for example, the people that I was traveling with, we designated like truck number one, left side of the speed, like that's where we'll meet. And you always kind of just stay vigilant as to where everybody is if you can. It's not possible all the time, but for the most part, it is, and you will continuously link up with them. Which also reminds me, just like make sure that your devices, like if you have a phone with you, whether that's your original phone or if you have a travel phone, just make sure that it has enough charge, that you're managing what that charge looks like. Also, make sure that you can have a battery pack with you in case, right? They have different sizes of battery packs these days that allow for you to charge your electronic devices on the go. This one. Don't give your valuables to people you don't know. Don't give your drink to people you don't know to hold. Maybe you have to go to the bathroom. Maybe you have to go to the weebie truck and you're not around your friends and you want to give it to a marshal. You want to give it to a security person. You don't know them. Just because they're working for the company, just because they're working for the band does not mean that they are a quality human. Bring your stuff. I mean, I know it is not ideal, but bring your drink in the bathroom with you. Okay, sanitize the straw, close up the bottle, whatever it is, before you go inside, and wipe it down when you come out. But we should not be handing off our things to people, especially something that you need to consume later. Don't hand that stuff off to somebody else. If it's not your friend, if it's not somebody that you know, you're going to have to suck it up and hold it yourself. And another, like, there's friendly and then there's friendly. Okay. Um, I try to be friendly and personable while also not giving out an immense amount of information about myself, right? Especially if you haven't received that type of information from somebody else. Like, it's just kind of like, it's just street smarts, right? Like, I think I'm a good judge of character. I think I can like feel out people easily. I think I can, for the most part, separate and identify the creeps from the genuine humans who are interested in just like connecting without anything behind it, or well, maybe there is, but you know, it may not come right now. Um, you know, like just people don't have to know your life story, and they definitely don't have to know the details of where you're from. Even though, like for example, like even though I live in the States, and yes, I do have island roots. When people, I mean, generally they hear like some undertone of an accent or whatever, so they usually ask me like where I'm from, and I don't say the States because normally when I say that, you know, some people try to take advantage of you if you know that you are not from there or you're not from the diaspora or whatever. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm from Turks and Caicos, and what? Yeah, don't try to play me. I don't charge me $15 for something that costs five. Okay, so sometimes you have to do that genuinely. Don't go about lying about things, but at the same time, like it's fine to. I think it's fine to just let people know that you are not one to be messed with. You know, in your own type of way. Um, One thing that I always do is I always share my travel information and the information of the people that I'm traveling with loved ones, like people who are not on the trip with me. So they'll get the phone numbers and full name and all of that of everyone that I'm traveling with in the event that something happens. Um, there are also, I do recommend, like, if you do happen to say you connect with someone and you feel like you can trust who they are, even if y'all are just going for a walk or you're going to lunch or something like that, get that person's full name, get their information, share that with the people that you're traveling with and your emergency contacts. Like, hey, I'm about to go to lunch with such and such a person, and you know, if anything happens to me, this is who it is. Okay. Um, when it comes to the location of, like, say you have a rental and you're parking somewhere, just drop a pin to yourself of where that is in the event that you have, like, if you're like me and you kind of don't always remember certain things, or especially if roads or streets or whatever look the same, you're like, I think it's on this street, just so that you avoid spending time looking for the vehicle. Drop a pin to yourself where that is, and then when it's time to return to that place, just go in the chat to yourself and locate the place, or go to Google, wherever it is that you use. um, Also assess the sobriety levels of your group, and what I mean is, like, so for the most part, like, I'm always going to be the person who's pretty much in their right mind, right? Like, I don't drink to the level of intoxication. I might get, you know, some type of rude boy wine cooler, something like that. I might have one drink, but I'm not drinking to the point of, you know, where I'm stumbling, right? But I may have friends during that season that are, or people that I'm rooming with that are. And so everybody can be drunk, right? If you have a driver, okay, maybe. But if you have to figure out your way back to your lodging, or how you're going to go somewhere, whatever it is, like, then it's best to have someone who is slightly in their right mind to guide the rest of the group. It's not fun, but you need it. Otherwise, y'all just gonna be looking a hot mess and just lost. And yes, it makes for great stories, but sometimes it doesn't. It's not fun. I was gonna say one other thing. I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I'm just gonna end here. Like, and just for the record, like, I have trust issues, right? I don't trust people. I don't really like humans like that. Um, One of my degrees is in criminal investigation, and I watch murder mysteries all day. Murder She Wrote, Columbo, Hunter, you name it, I watch it. And it just solidifies why I don't trust humans. So this is why I go into my travels with just like a certain mindset. I'm just like, yeah, as much as we want to love humans and we want to think that everybody has good intentions, they don't. Period. So you have to think, and you have to think in ways that allow you to protect yourself. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not editing a thing, and we're going to cut this off at 10 minutes. You'll be safe. My bad. One more thing. Always have money with you. Always have vex money, upset money, angry money, whatever you want to call it. Always have cash on hand and not in no big bills, right? Try to have a decent amount of money with you that can save you in the event that you need to find your own way back to your accommodations or find food to sober up. Whatever it is, you need to have money, cash money with you. No card or nothing like that. Have cash.